Yo, 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 what's up, friends? Welcome to another episode from the Film Geeks. I'm your boy, Sean.
And I am Samantha.
How you doing tonight?
I am doing well. A little
Well, that's good.
excited. Yes.
You know, this has definitely been an interesting 2 weeks. We're on our second
Mhm.
episode. I think the first episode went very, very well. What do you think?
I think it went fantastic. I'm still on cloud 9 from Sterling K. Brown.
Yes.
Sending the wink emoji on our post. That made my whole entire year.
You know, that reel, I felt like that had to be created because you sent a lot of or from the feedback that we got, it was a lot of negative pointed at me, like I better put some respect on this man's name. So yes, Sterling K. Brown, aka Xavier Collins, dog, you have my respect. Like, you are that guy, and we definitely appreciate you for responding to our post. So that's big within itself, and I'm sure that helped, with a lot of views. But while we're here, man, we got to give some shout outs. And first and foremost, we got to start with our super producer, your brother, also my brother now,
Another
JB.
Jane Addams class of
Yes.
2003 graduate.
There we go. Your brother has a company, and it is called Taurus Media. You can actually go on our Instagram page, and you will see the website for his producing group, and you can just follow it and pretty much go from there. But I just want to just say he is like the mastermind behind everything that we've been able to do from the first episode to us recording right now. So thank you.
Thank you.
And
Yes. Thank you, little bro. I love you so much.
all right. Next shout out, we want to shout out our boy Joe. Joe actually created the label that we can see right behind you on your right shoulder, Film Geeks. That was a very interesting text thread that we had when we were trying to decide on the logo, and I just felt like that this one definitely fit. It was more retro. I think it just encompassed everything that we're trying to do with this podcast. So Joe, definitely thank you for that. You can also follow Joe on social media at what is that? That is at DJ 8bit _ Cleveland. That's going to be DJ the number 8 bit _ Cleveland, or you can just hit him on his webpage, which is www.dj8bit.com. That is www.dj the number 8bit.com for your DJ services in Northeast Ohio. He also travels the state of Ohio. I know that he's done a gig down in Cincinnati, so hey, you get that boy some notice, he will make it happen. I've actually seen his work in person. He'll get it done for you. And the last shout out, I want to shout out my cousin.
Hold on just a second.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What you got?
Joe is also another graduate of Jane Addams, class of 2002. And he DJ'd my 20-year class reunion. So put some respect on his name, too.
Put some respect on Joe Williams' name. Man, I had to put his government out there. That's okay. He gonna tell you it anyway. But like I said, you get that boy some notice. He will definitely make it a point to DJ whatever type of gig that you have, and the experience is definitely well worth it. Last shout out is going to be to my cousin Pierre Sledge from the Illest podcast. His podcast is basically he has different perspectives for anything. I mean, we talking politics to sports to entertainment. Like, he has his hand in just about everything. But on this last podcast, he actually he opened his podcast with a shout out to us. So, big cuz, man, definitely appreciate that. So, man.
Thanks, cuz.
Hey. So, without further ado, let's get into today's episode. And where do you want to start? You want to start with the stuff that we have watched together? Where do you want to start?
Yeah. Let's start at the top and work our way to the top, like the bottom and then the top, like Severance.
The bottom.
We'll start at Severance.
We'll start at Okay, so Severance. So where are we
Yeah,
at? We're on.
Severance.
So Severance is a show that's on Apple TV right now.
Mhm.
Or whatever other streaming platforms that you have, but Apple TV is where it's from. It stars what is his name? Adam Scott.
Adam Scott,
Who else?
John Turturro, Zach
Yep.
Cherry.
We even
Um,
got Christopher
what is her
Walken in
name?
there.
Christopher Walken and Britt Lowe.
Okay. Right now, where are we at? We
Um,
had 6 episodes in
we
right
are
now.
episode 7,
Oh, is it episode
or
7
it'll be
as of
episode
this?
7 tomorrow,
It'll be episode
but we're
7
on
tomorrow.
episode 6. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: what do you think Helly's like? What is her angle right now? Because I'm just kind of. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Before we get into anything, if this is your first time listening, there are spoilers, 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 spoilers. So if you're okay with that,
Spoilers.
then continue to listen. If not, go ahead and watch it and then come back and listen to us. Or if you just want to hear the homies talk, here we are. So, all right. So, where were we just talking about? We were just talking about Helly. So, right now, I think the last episode ended with Mark kind of having a seizure, right? And this
Yeah,
was
yeah.
after
Kelly
he
approached
met.
him in the diner and all of that.
In,
Yeah.
mhm.
Or is it Helena? It's Helena when she's
It's
not with
Helena,
any.
right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think her angle is? Because it's like, I just feel like the next episode should definitely tell us a lot right now because it's like her Eni is rebelling against her Audi, if that kind of makes sense.
It sounds like belly buttons. Sorry. No, you know what? I'm going to be completely 100. Um, I am not that all intrigued these couple of episodes. They've been super slow. I'm understanding what's going on, but it's just dragging and I want to get to a point where it's like, okay, wow, that's blind blowing, but it's not doing that for me right now.
The last couple episodes, I mean, to your point, they have been kind of off because, I mean, I've really had to go and listen to the podcast to really understand what is going on. So
Exactly. Right.
I'm just hoping that, maybe, the next episode just kind of open up some stuff and, kind of take us to where we're really trying to get to. Because what is Helly's angle? Because she has like a
Exactly.
plan, but then we don't know what's going on with the little girl. Then Mr.
Mhm.
Milchek,
Oh,
we don't know if he gonna get fired or not. Like, I just feel like my man in the
yeah.
hot seat right now. So,
Right.
all right,
I will say that I think Miss Wong is the daughter of Gemma slash Miss Casey and what is his name? His name is Adam on there too, isn't it? No, Mark, my bad.
no,
Mark S.
Mark
Yeah.
S. Put some respect on
Yeah.
Mark name.
I I think she might be the daughter of them. Like she might have been in the back seat or something whenever Gemma had her accident. Milchek, he's definitely scared, but I just don't know where it's going. I like that I don't know where it's going because I hate when shows are predictable. But
Yeah,
I'm like other shows have come and grabbed my attention and it's kind of like pulling me away.
I got you. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the most part, I think it still has us. But I feel like this next episode definitely has to do something. And yeah, definitely has to do something.
Yeah,
So
it has to.
there's that. Let's see. Next show. I want to save our show for last though. So
You want to say that?
because
Okay, we can do Cobra
yeah, we're
Kai.
gonna say so let's move on to Cobra Kai. So Cobra Kai just
Yes.
finished their sixth and final season. This show ended and it's kind of, leads like a segue to the Karate Kid movie that we're gonna get in May. But what did you think of the series overall? Like, I mean, or well, I guess let's just kind of recap the season, or just did you get the ending that you were expecting to get?
Um, Absolutely. I'm biased though. I
Okay.
freaking loved Cobra Kai. I love the Karate Kid franchise. I love the Cobra Kai franchise. The ending was phenomenal. It was so many callbacks to the original three Karate Kids that I really, really
Yeah.
appreciated. All the way down from the the first scene of Karate Kid 1 where you see Daniel and his mom moving into the South Seas apartment. And then on the
Hmm.
very last episode of season of episode what it was it? The last episode of season 6, you
Hmm.
see Johnny Lawrence and Daniel running in front of those same apartments. Like that
Yeah,
shit, I'm sorry. That
we grown,
that
girl. We
just it
grown.
melted. I know. That
Yeah,
melted my heart like so much. I think I cried. And then like even when Danny was training with LaRusso in the beach doing the crane kicks on the stumps like they did in the
yeah,
first
hmm,
Karate
yeah,
Kid movie, all the way down to the final match with Johnny Lawrence and Sensei Wolf, and how
yeah,
he swept the leg, and how he
yeah,
said, "Really, very good. You came to me," just like how he let Johnny Lawrence come to him in
yeah.
the very first Karate
Hmm.
Kid when he beat him. Like
Yep.
all of that stuff, those little details that those writers paid attention to, really, really like made my art my eyes water. It was a phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal series. Like I really enjoyed it, and I want more.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this series. I'm actually happy that Tori was able to come back and Tori was able to win for the
Yeah.
women's side. I mean, that girl, she has been through hell and back. I mean, just I think she was taking care of her brother, right? She was taking her, and her
Her
mom
yeah,
died. Yeah,
yeah.
but I mean, it's just the weight of everything that she had to do, and she finally found this outlet, which is karate, and just the feud that she had with LaRusso's daughter. Like, I mean, it was just, I mean, going back, what was it? Was that season 2 with the epic battle in the school? Oh
Oh,
my!
yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about that would have never happened in our school. Let's just put that disclaimer. That man,
No.
they'd have
Definitely.
brought riot control. It it wouldn't even got to nowhere on that one. So, but no, I definitely appreciate everything about that series, and I'm definitely looking forward to the movie that'll be coming out in May with
Are
Jackie
they gonna tie
Chan.
that
So
in with are they tying that
I don't.
in with that?
I
Because we
mean,
still
I
need to
don't think
find
that
out what
they.
happened with Silver and Crease.
Oh yeah,
Like, I mean, we
you
know
know
what
what?
happened, but nobody else does.
I don't think Crease did. I just feel like he just can't go out. It's certain
I
characters you'd be
agree.
like, man, you can't go out like that. So he he may pop up in the movie, or how they try to twist it to kind of give him his own series or whatever the case may be, and
Mhm.
then who knows, he might be back in Cobra Kai. So there's that.
Mm.
So all right,
That's the
Cobra
only part
Kai.
where I felt like, that's the only part where I felt empty. Like, well, nobody
Yeah,
knows what happened. Like, but
yeah.
other than that, I was completely satisfied. I would give that like a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, the I feel like just from the sheer fact that you was getting people out the woodwork, like, and then how they kind of did the flashback of them from the actual, the
Mhm.
original films, and then they show them today, and it's just like, man. So yeah, shout out to the
Yeah.
writers on that one for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. I think we both ended up watching that series on Netflix, Zero Day, and I think we both kind of had the
Oh,
same take on that. Um,
yeah.
it could have been shorter. Like, you didn't need 6 episodes.
Nah. It just
Uh,
dragged and dragged and dragged.
and
Uh
dragged.
yeah.
All right, so let's just give y'all a quick breakdown of what this series was. It's basically a cyber attack that happened on the United States, where everything just kind of went black, and um, they hired the ex-president to kind of lead this team to, well, I guess, kind of get to the bottom of it, while everybody's kind of scrambling around or whatever the case may be. But that definitely could have been. What do you think? You think probably a movie? You think a movie would have?
Man, listen. I it could have been a movie, but I feel like that it needed to be more of those cyber attacks. It needed just a little bit more. It was like one cyber attack and then that was it. They're trying to find out who did it. Like, come on
Hmm.
now, like that was boring. I needed
And,
more. I needed more of that, and it could have been a movie.
and to come to find out, it was an inside job the entire time.
Yeah.
You want to take us out? That's how you do it. I mean,
Hmm.
that's what I would do, but I'm
An
not that
inside
smart.
job from the ex-president's daughter.
The daughter, right? His
The
daughter.
daughter. His daughter. I'm
Could you
like,
put your own kid in
whatever.
jail?
They set that up though. I don't think I could, but they set that up to where they knew she was going to be gone. They made her leave before he snitched on her.
Yeah.
I
So,
didn't like it. I loved seeing Robert De Niro though and Angela Bassett in these
oh
roles, but I
yeah,
just didn't like the movie overall. How did you like it? You didn't like it either,
I
right?
I honestly think that those two were the only reason that I watched it.
Same.
If it was anybody else in that, like, nope. So what?
Same. Yeah.
We that's a, we like
Yeah.
we hated it. Definitely
Hated
hated it. All
it.
right, cool.
Yeah.
Hated it. All
Yeah.
right.
We gotta be in sync. Joe told us we
We
gotta
got to
be in sync.
Joe said right. Joe did say that we got to be in sync. All right. Let's see. So next we got let's talk about Flight Risks. That's
Oh,
with
that's one we
Mark
can be in
Wahlberg.
sync with.
You, you know,
You liked it?
I'll never watch it again. I didn't think it was. I went to see it just, I wanted to see Mark Wahlberg in a different type of movie. I mean, I thought they did some things well with it. I guess the best thing that they did with that movie, they didn't drag it out. Like that was a very short movie. I
That's
think it was under 90
yeah.
minutes and we was out.
Yeah.
But again, I think it was an inside job. I mean, they were trying to move this witness to a location, and I guess one of the guys, I guess the guy that he was gonna snitch on or testify, sent an inside man to kill him. And I don't know. How did you feel
It
about
was
it?
who was it? I didn't 1, 2, 3.
Hated it.
Hated it.
we got we got to
Um,
we got to work on this in sync thing. We're gonna
I
get there
think yeah. It I didn't like it. It was kind of predictable. Um when she suspected her boss of being the inside person, I already knew it was the man who was the head of her or whatever. It
I mean, but
it
it
was
kind of fit
Netflix
though
good
when
in
she
my
thought it
Sean
was her
voice.
boss above her, but not the boss above that boss.
No, it fit, but it still I knew it wasn't her because that was too obvious. I'm
Too
like,
obvious.
the writers want us to think that it was her immediate boss. But I'm like, that's too easy, that's too obvious. It's gotta be the guy that she's calling the snitch on. And I just picked up on that immediately because it was already a predictable movie. And
Yeah,
like you would say, it's Netflix good. It wasn't even Netflix good for real. It was I'm gonna go ahead and say it was Tubi good.
it was. Now I've never watched
Yeah.
anything on Tubi. Like I somehow it ended up. It's an app on. I don't know, on one of my devices, probably my iPad. I don't know how it got on there. Like
Don't
from the
knock
clips.
Tubi be having. Tubi
Really?
has good movies. They really do. Everybody posts the black independent ones that are
Oh, okay,
bad.
gotcha, gotcha. Okay,
And not to
gotcha.
put anything down on anybody doing the black independent thing, but those are the ones that you can see from the previews that everybody like, and they're like, those are the stereotypical ones. They actually have some decent Tubi original movies on there.
Okay.
I've watched
And
a couple.
to your point, people only post the ratchet stuff, and I'll just be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay, all right, well,
yeah.
maybe if I ever, okay, maybe you could recommend something, and
I was gonna say
we'll
that.
go from there.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
can
All
recommend
right.
something.
Let's see, what do we got? Blink Twice.
Okay.
So
My memory's a little fuzzy on that because I saw it last year when it came out at the movies, but I know you recently just watched it.
yeah, so it just came out on Amazon Prime if you have that. has Shannon Tatum, and this is Zoe Kravitz. This is her directorial debut. It also has Naomi Ackie in it. She played in that Whitney Houston movie that a lot of people knocked. I mean, I thought it was. I didn't think that was a bad movie, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Blink Twice. So this movie is about a girl ends up on an island, and I think she try to piece like things together. I guess from the trailer, like her friend ends up getting missed, becomes missing, but then come to find out, it's a lot of other stuff that's going on in this place. Like there's like
Yeah.
memory lapse in there, and you just they're trying to piece together memories, but then you find out what's going on. Is a lot of assault, like sexual assault in there. Like, and how did they find out? I think they found out because, well,
The snake
because
juice, whatever the snake juice was, it was
yeah,
clearing their memory, and they were taking that at night to before they got drugged up, and then everything started coming back. That maid kept telling them to drink the snake juice or drink this or
right.
something like that, and it
And
cleared
then
their
she,
system out.
and then the night she convinced everybody to not drink that again, and they remember.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about
Yeah.
revenge. I mean, homegirl at the end, I mean, she definitely made out. I mean, she, CEO of a company basically, because she ended up giving him like the snake juice at the end, right? Or
I believe
basically
so.
to where he's, she's in control of him, kind of how the dudes were in control when
Yeah.
they,
That only
uh,
happened after she found out that she had been there before. She had
right.
been there. Yeah. She'd
Yes.
been there before and she remembered everything and she took control of everything. She took her power back.
I, sh- and did she ever? My goodness.
Yeah. Yep.
Billions.
I enjoyed
Billions.
it. I really did. Gina Davis was also in there, Christian Slater.
Right.
Um, those were
That's
that was a really good movie and it was different. It was different. You can tell
definitely
it was
different.
directed by a female. Like she has her foot in that and it was really good. I enjoyed that one.
I, and you know what? Just kind of looking at it, you can tell that some of these actors who's been around for a long time, like really, I mean, I guess they embraced her as a director, first time director. I mean,
Mhm.
this your first time directing a movie, and you got people like Gina Davis, like who's been around forever, Christian Slater, who's been around
Right.
forever. I mean, Shannon Tatum, who's been around for a good little while now. So, I mean, it's not a bad start to her director career. Yeah, there you go. All right, we good. So, I like
Yeah.
Blink Twice.
Mhm.
I will watch it again, just not in the next couple years. It'll be one of those movies
Yeah.
like down the line. Like, oh, you know what? I could watch this
Yeah.
right now. And
Yeah, absolutely.
certain movies are definitely like that.
Mhm.
So, all right. So this one
Yo.
right here that we both watched, and we're in 7 episodes right now. Paradise. This show, I mean, for the longest, I mean, our last episode, we were talking about how Severance and Paradise is like the top shows right now. I think this
Mhm.
week's episode of Paradise just it took the throne. I mean,
I'm
just
I'm gonna go as far as to say every episode of Paradise has been phenomenal. There's
yeah,
like a small build up each episode. They're not dragging with too much dialogue. They pull you in immediately. You are
yeah,
hooked on each episode, and it's like it's taking you there. You can tell we are at the climax. We're almost
yeah.
at the end based on how it's going. Fucking phenomenal show. I love it. I don't really want to talk about nothing else but Paradise for the
You know,
rest of
and
the
that's
time.
you know what if. And that was one of the reasons why I want to talk about the stuff that we both watched, and I
Yeah,
want to save this one for last because I know that we can talk about this one for and oh my goodness, I
yeah.
mean, just
So many layers.
episode
So many
7. I
layers.
mean, it's just crazy because I understand. Xavier's like where he is. So like he clearly has a top secret clearance. And it sucks because he knows stuff that he cannot tell people. Like when he couldn't tell that secretary chick, like, I mean, she talking about her son. Like,
Yeah.
I immediately like I wanted to cry. I'm just like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Like, cause he know
Yeah.
like what, and then back in my mind, like, shit, my family, we good, but like you about to
Damn.
die. Like, I
Right.
mean, the most
The
powerful scene.
humanity.
Yeah.
The humanity from Cyclops. I mean, James Marsden.
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
humanity. Oh my God.
Man, he needs an award.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sterling K. Brown needs another award. I mean,
thank you.
The scene where not even when he gave the speech, when he said, "You know what, F this, I'm about to tell the world like what's about to happen."
Yeah.
The scene with Jeffrey, the dude that was cleaning in the White House, and he
that
like,
was...
yo, like, bro, do you have family you want to see? He's like, no, I'm gonna see my granddaughters. Or I think he had a grandkid whose birthday was like the next day, and he's sitting there thinking like, dog, there ain't gonna be no tomorrow. I'm gonna need you to go.
Nah.
The fact that he held up everybody, he like, I'm about to talk to this man. And he was like, Mr. President, you know my name. I mean, he was just talking like, yeah, I've been through this, the pandemic, 9/11, like I've been through all of this, like, and he just like, you ain't been through this, homie. That was just that right there, man.
Yeah, it was heartwarming. It was like it shows, I wish all presidents can be like that. He was human.
Yeah.
He said that triggered him to go and say, yo, I got to tell the world. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't care what y'all say. This ain't right. And I love that about him. He definitely needs some awards for that too. And then the fact that I've been saying this since the beginning. I know I told you and a couple of my other friends.
Mm-hmm.
I knew his wife was still alive.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it. And that's going to be, I feel like, next episode. They're either going to go out there in the real world and try to find her, and that's going to like leave a cliffhanger for the next season.
Well, yeah. Well, so when do you think they knew that season 2 was renewed? Like, because I was thinking it was going to be like a limited series. Like, I mean, but now, you can really kind of build off of it. Like, don't go crazy with it. I feel like one more season should be like sufficient.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
it's just so many layers. They can do so much with it.
Yeah.
What was I about to say? I feel like that. Okay, first of all, let me double back. What was it? If he didn't send the missiles, what was it that he sent to go to Atlanta and all those other cities that made Xavier think that he blew up or that they blew up those cities?
So you remember at the beginning of the episode, they kind of had that flashback with that Air Force colonel. And remember, he was just turning the lights on, turning them off, turning them on. So what he did and what he was explaining to Sinatra, who's a B, by the way, right now I feel like she's almost as hated as Joffrey. No, she ain't Joffrey hated yet, but she getting there. She has the potential to get there, and if she go, you'd be like, man, yes, because that's how it was with Joffrey. But anyway, back to Paradise. So what he deployed was the EMP. That was in the blue thing, and if you deploy EMP, that shuts down everything, all electronics, everything. So that missile that was on the way to Atlanta didn't make it because he deployed the EMP that basically shut everything down. That's why he asked the pilot how long until we land. So
and that's why the phone call cut off with Xavier and that's why his wife.
Right. So what he's looking at on the map, he's looking at this, yes, the target was Atlanta. Now, wherever this missile hit, I mean, it hit close. Well, obviously she not dead because we heard her voice on the tape, but that was the human side of him. Yes, he could have opened up the red thing and typed in the little buttons and boom, sent off nukes. But for what? What are we doing? Why would we do that? Now,
Right.
and he's probably thinking like, okay, well, if I do EMP, that shuts down all electronics and communications or whatever the case may be. But I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I feel like if you go analog, like old radio, how they did back
Mhm.
in the day before we got all this
Mhm.
cool technology that we have now, people can still communicate. Hence the reason why, Sinatra had this recording with all the people, saying, we're safe or, we're looking, for other
Mhm.
survivors out there.
It just like gave
So,
me Walking Dead vibes. I was like, "Yo, this is so dope." It's like a mixture of Walking Dead, and I know you haven't watched Silo. Have you seen Silo on Apple
no,
TV?
so it's one of the shows that's on. It's on the list to watch. Like I want to watch it.
Okay. It's Silo is it's not the same as Paradise, but it is the
Mm,
same type of like aesthetic, if you will.
okay.
Um, it's like it's futuristic. It's more
Okay.
futuristic than Paradise. Paradise seems like right now, but yes, I'm not going to give that away because you haven't seen it, but it's along the same lines. But Paradise is better to me because the
Yeah.
second season of Silo sucked balls. So,
Damn.
um, one of my one of my friends, uh, we talk about Paradise also. It's a lot of
Okay.
people that are talking about Paradise that love the show, and one
Okay.
of her theories is I'm going to read it verbatim. Shout out to
Okay.
Simply RDG Rachel. I wonder if Billy actually did bring the survivor back, even though she told him not to. He could have kept that person in hiding and they killed the president for revenge because the blood samples don't match anyone in the new world. And then she
Damn.
was like, this show just keeps my mind going.
I mean, in a way, that kind of makes sense. And I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, because my man hiding a dog in there. So, I mean,
Right. Right.
eh,
Right. Like,
uh,
and we look, all of this, and we still don't even know who killed the
and
president.
we don't know that, that, that. Oh
Yes.
my God. How are
Yeah.
we coming up on a season finale? We've let,
Yeah.
and the crazy part is we're so worried about all this other stuff that happened
Yep.
and we don't know who killed the president.
No. They ain't it's like they ain't even go back to it or nothing. They going back to day one and stuff. That this is a great show.
Man, that's
This is
crazy
a
because
great show.
I haven't even, you think about it, but then it's like, damn, we don't know. I mean, and then when we probably
Mm-mm.
found out it's gonna be, I just hope it ain't nobody corny. That's all. I
Yeah.
don't let it be nobody.
Yeah.
I I need it to be somebody that's relevant. I need a
I
relevant
You know what
character.
my theory is? I have a theory. I
What you
think
got?
he might have killed himself. I think he might have killed himself.
I mean, he left enough clues. He left enough breadcrumbs behind
Yeah.
for everybody to, because his son was talking about, once his dad skin. And why does his father have so much juice when he put his hand on that iPad?
Listen. Did they
Somebody who
even
can't
say
remember
what he
nothing,
was?
right?
Right.
I mean, it, what is it when is it dimension when you lose
Yeah, he had
your
dementia. Yeah.
Okay, so why does somebody with dementia have that much power? Why does he have that much
Right.
juice?
Right.
Interesting. Look at that. That's all unpacked. And I already looked. Like the last episode was only like 40 some odd minutes. So we lost 10
Yeah.
minutes. So this, I mean, I'm talking from beginning to end. Like, all right, y'all better hit
Yeah.
it. Like boom, 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 boom. So
Yeah.
Paradise. Are
That's
y'all watching Paradise? Please tell me y'all watching
please.
Paradise.
Please. I
Look,
think everybody is. I really do.
I had to cut Joe off the last couple of days because he was taking too long to watch it. Because it's like, dog, if you don't hurry up and watch this, I'm gonna end up slipping and say something. So I'm just not gonna talk to you. Sometimes you got,
And then he gonna be like how he was when he watched Cross and thought it was the best show ever. Like you should listen to us.
I can't believe, man. But, yeah, yeah. But
Paradise.
he did
Check it
watch it.
out.
He no he did watch it. I think he ended up watching it last night. But
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
yeah. All right. So
Okay.
whew,
Shout out to
Paradise, man.
Paradise. Paradise drops on Hulu, and is it Hulu and FX Tuesdays? I I don't know.
I
I think
maybe it
it's
shows
Tuesdays for
on.
sure, but
Yeah, it's usually well Tuesdays. That's the day I've been watching it on.
yeah.
So it'll probably come on the night before, maybe. That's usually how
I
that
think it's
kind of
Tuesday at
works.
midnight or like at midnight. Monday/Tuesday, right at 12, it drops
Yeah.
on Hulu. Paradise. Check it out.
All
Sterling K.
right.
Brown, James Marsden, Julianne Nichols. Told y'all I was gonna be on these names this time.
Oh man, damn! I can't think of my one homegirl, the therapist. She was in that show. What was that? Sex Life on Netflix. I really liked her in
Oh,
that
I
show.
didn't write
She was,
her name down.
yeah, got to put. Well, we'll put some
Put some
respect on the
respect on
name
her name. Okay.
when we figure it out. Well, we know it. It's written down somewhere. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on. What have you been watching lately? I'm curious.
You
And what do
want
you
me to
think about the
want me to
things that you've
take
been
off?
watching?
Oh,
Yeah.
listen. I am currently obsessed with The Pit. That is a medical drama that stars Noah Wiley, who was in the medical drama ER back in the 90s.
Okay.
So he plays the attending doctor in emergency room, Dr. Robbie, and he oversees interns, new residents, and all of this other stuff. And it's set like the series 24. So
Okay.
each episode is an hour of their shift. So episode 1 started at 7 a.m. Episode 2 started at 8 a.m. So it's like a continuation with every
Okay.
episode. They can really turn it into a movie if they wanted to.
This on
But
Max,
it's
right? This the
15
one that's on
episodes.
Max.
This is on Max, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's 15 episodes and it's super realistic. Like it is spot on to like how you would actually see a medical emergency room ran. And I've been in a lot of them during my day cuz I got kids. So it's so good. It's a lot of character development. Um there is what is her name? Dr. King. Uh Her real name is Taylor Dearden. She is the daughter of Bryan Cranston, who played the father of Malcolm in the Middle and Walter
Yep.
White on Breaking
Mm-hmm.
Bad. Uh, the show is phenomenal. We are on I think episode 9 or 10 airs tonight, which is probably 2 o'clock p.m. It's so much going on. It's so good. It's like up there with Paradise for me. So it's like Paradise and then The Pit. And I watch it faithfully. It's really, really good.
Well, we got 93 on Rotten Tomatoes right now. IMDb
Yeah.
has it at 8.5. I mean, and the cast, I'm looking at them. Okay.
Yep.
It's on my watch list. I just,
Yeah.
it's it's a lot
And
to
just
unpack
for
right now.
it you know what? The episodes are a lot to unpack. It's so much going on. They're handling 3 or 4 emergency room cases episode. And it's so regular and so basic but so realistic. And Dr. Robbie, aka Noah Wiley, is very, very easy on the eyes also. He aged really well. He aged really well.
Mhm. Does he get the
Oh,
base stamp or no?
no, he don't.
He
No
does.
base
Okay.
stamp.
No base
He's
stamp.
just
Okay.
handsome.
He just
I
has.
will
Okay.
say this, all the way down to the chief officer, the chief director of the hospital, the chief doctor of the hospital. She comes down and she hounds them for customer satisfaction uh reviews. And like they can't do it. They're short staffed. And the person who plays the chief CEO or whoever she is Miss Sissy Saint from Snowfall. And I don't like her character on the show. And just like I ain't like what she did to Franklin Saint on Snowfall. So I think she's developed
Oh
she's
yeah, I do see
blackballed
it.
in my book.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
Mm,
everything. Like they complain about being short staffed, not having enough doctors, not having enough nurses. It's like a really realistic television show because that's how it is in the real world for real. And
yeah.
I enjoy it so much.
Okay. What else you got going on?
Oh yeah. Let me see here. Um Matlock, the reboot of Matlock. This is my fun show to watch. I don't really commit to it. I just kind of turned it on. This is like a reboot of the original, but not so much. It
Are there
stars
any
Kathy
ties?
Bates.
I'm sorry to cut you. Is there any ties to the Andy Griffin Matlock?
Not at all.
Okay.
Absolutely. She calls herself Matlock because her and her daughter used to watch Matlock together. She's infiltrating a
Okay.
law firm. She used to be a lawyer, but she's infiltrating a law firm to try to figure out which lawyer signed the documents to let a drug be on the market knowing that it kills people. And the
Okay.
drug just so happened to kill her daughter.
Hmm.
So her and her daughter used to watch Matlock, and when she infiltrated the hospital, she said, I'm going to call myself Maddie Matlock. And that's because they used to watch the show. And nobody picked up on it. I forgot her real name is, but she's a wealthy woman. She has people thinking she lives in an apartment in Queens. She has people thinking her husband is dead. And the whole time, her husband and her grandson are infiltrating this law firm with tech and all these other little schemes. So I will say the only tie into Matlock is she does a lot of little sneaky schemes to get what she wants, and all while still helping settle court cases uh
Okay.
throughout the episode. It's Kathy
That's John
Bates
Ritter's son in
and
there.
yeah, Jason Ritter. And that's the only two people I really know. I'm not familiar with anybody else. And it's just a
Mm,
fun movie to watch. It's not a movie, it's a fun show. I don't really
okay.
I stay up on it, but only when I'm done with everything else.
Got it. So it's kind of like a filler. Like, okay, let me put something on, and then this is what you go to.
Yeah, a fun filler.
A fun filler.
We'll
Got
call
it.
it a
Okay.
fun filler.
Fun
Yeah.
filler. All right. All right.
There's also Dexter. It's
Yep.
completed now. Dexter Original Sin. Now, for those of you who've watched the original Dexter, this is a prequel to the original Dexter, and it shows how he became who he is. And it stars Christian Slater as his father. Um, what is her name? Christina Milian as the detective. I forgot her name in the original one, but they basically recast all the original members as they recast the original cast as younger versions of themselves,
Really?
and it's pretty dope. It shows how his mom died. If you watch Dexter, then you know what I'm talking about. It shows how his mom died, how Harry was able to get Dexter. It even shows how Dexter's brother came to be and where his brother is now. Dope. If you liked the original Dexter, you'll love this. This is
I've never
Dexter
seen
original scene.
Dexter.
And you oh yeah, that
I
was a
oh six.
let me just yeah.
Oh six when
He's
it's
a
originally came
phlebotomist.
out, I wasn't
Yeah.
watching
He wasn't in it.
no. I was watching
He
just
is
movies and stuff that blew up.
he is a blood analyst for the Miami Police Department, and he's a serial killer. But he's a vigilante serial killer. So he only kills people that deserves it, and he calls it the code because that's how his father described it to him. You have to kill people that deserves to be killed. So if he knows somebody is a rapist or a killer or something along those are the ones he's allowed to kill according to the code. And he
So
has
he like a
access to
jigsaw,
those
but
files,
not jigsaw?
not Jigsaw. He has access to the people that are doing the killing, so it's easier for him to find them before the police finds them.
Okay.
It's really dope. He's not
Damn.
Jigsaw. Jigsaw's weird. That's
No,
different. Yeah.
but isn't I feel like there's something that's kind of like on that same premise, like they only, target, bad people.
I feel
I
like with
can't.
Jigsaw, he targeted people that were treating themselves bad or harming themselves.
Yeah.
I,
Huh. I'm gonna have to think about
I don't,
them. Like,
but Dexter, it's good.
Dexter? Okay. All
It's
right.
good. It's good. It's good. It's good. You'll love it. Let
All
me see
right.
what
What
else
else you
I'm
got?
watching. I'm gonna cut it short because I'll talk about Clean Slate.
Yeah.
Clean Slate was another fun filler. It's only one season. It stars Laverne Cox and George Wallace, and other people I don't. No, Thelma Hopkins from Family Matters. She's in that also.
Okay.
So Thelma Hopkins, George Wallace, Laverne Cox, and it's about a woman who comes home to see her dad after being gone for years, and she comes back as a woman. She was born a man, and she comes back as a woman. Her father didn't know, but still
Hmm.
accepted her, but had to make those necessary adjustments. And it was a fun show. It was heartwarming. A lot of comedy. George Wallace is hilarious in this. Like if you want a good laugh, you go ahead and
Oh
watch it.
yeah.
He was funny. He
You
was
you
super
just can't go
funny.
wrong with him.
Yeah. It was another fun filler.
Okay.
And then that's the last one was Just One of Them Days with Kiki Palmer and SZA.
Yeah.
That was another fun movie. It definitely gives Friday vibes, but just the female perspective. Um, SZA, Kiki, they you can tell. I was actually impressed with SZA's performance. She did a phenomenal job. Tony Baker was in there, another comedian I love. Tony Baker can he's bae. Uh
He
Cat
gets the
Williams
base
was in
stamp.
there.
Got it.
He does. I love Tony Baker. Um Cat Williams, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Joshua Neal, who's also another social media personality. He was in there too, playing the fuck boy. He did really good too.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't nothing like I would see again. Maybe the kids in like my son's age and daughter's age, that's probably something that they would enjoy and watch over and over
Hmm.
again, like how we did Friday. But that's
Yeah.
not nothing I would go see again. It was good though.
Okay. All
It
right.
was fun.
Got it. Got it.
What
All right.
about you,
So
Sean? What you
what
got
a-
over there?
what I got going on over here?
Yeah.
So I was one of the people that gave this movie the biggest launch ever on Apple, and that was The Gorge with Miles Teller and Anya Taylor Joy. This movie it was different. So the movie had the potential to be everything you want in a movie when you got when you got a steady cast, actor, actress. They're both like snipers. One is retired military, another lady, she's just an assassin. That's basically what she is. And they sit on the towers with this gorge in the middle, and they're not supposed to have any type of contact with each other or anything like that, but they got these binoculars, and of course they got notepad and paper and all this stuff, and they somehow build a friendship. Now you're not supposed to. It's kind of like, so when you get there, the previous guy that's been there tells you like, okay, this is what you do, da 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 da. It's kind of like in my job in the military, like when you're done with the duty day, you kind of, they call it pass-ons, where you basically say how the day went. In this case, you tell them how the whole year went. It's like a year stint. Well, they end up going in the damn gorge, and I guess it's some crazy. It was a government experiment that went bad between, I want to say it was between United States and Russia, and this experiment went bad. These people started turning into, I don't know, these beings, these creatures, or whatever the case is. Because in the middle of the night, these creatures, they try to get out of the gorge, and you just gotta shoot them. And I think I like the indirect love story part of it, because they kind of built a rapport, they built a relationship, just from seeing her and him like across, but once they went down the gorge and I started seeing all that crazy shit, you just kind of lost me. So yeah, while I like the actors and I will watch their movies, I probably won't come back to this one. I just thought it was okay. um but what I did enjoy that I finished was that new Spider-Man series that's on Disney Plus. It's Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and this Spider-Man, I love the animation of it. I think that's what really, really got me. It was just kind of different. Um, it basically kind of followed the storyline of what we've already seen in the MCU already. Instead of Tony Stark basically being Peter Parker's tutor, it ended up being Norman Osborn, and it was just awesome to kind of see his growth throughout as the episodes went on. So if you're looking for something fun to watch, and if you like Spider, I mean, can you really recall a bad Spider-Man anything? I mean, that you've watched?
Are you
I mean,
asking me a question? Because I've only
well,
watched the live action Spider-Man, so I've never watched the animated versions, except for the older
now,
ones, like The Amazing Spider-Man.
so I watched that one. I mean, the Spider-Man. I mean, that was cool.
Yeah.
But the one from the 90s that we grew up on, like, I absolutely love that. Like, I will still sit up and watch episodes from that to this day. But I, I, it was just an all-out fun series. If you love Spider-Man, like, you just cannot help but to not like this show. So there is that. Invincible on Amazon. I actually just watched today's episode. Man, Mark is just, I think, what are we in? We're in season 3. And Mark is just, he has a lot on his plate. I mean, dealing with a father who basically tried to destroy the earth, and then, you get your dad off the planet, and then you help him on another planet do another thing, but then you end up bringing an alien brother back to have your mom raise this new man. It's just so much going on. But so in this season, he finally breaks away from Cecil. Cecil is the dude that he works for the government. He kind of got his hand in everything, and he tried to control his dad. His dad wasn't going for it. He tried to control Mark, and Mark was just like, you know what, dude, there's nothing that you can do to touch me. So now he's just trying to be a superhero, trying to be a boyfriend, trying to be a good son, trying to be a big brother to a purple kid. It's pretty wild. But I'm anxious to see how this kind of ends, because I know that Omni-Man is supposed to be getting killed by his fellow Viltrumites, and this is one of those cartoons that's just kind of all over the place. I don't think it really follows a storyline, and if it do, I'm sorry if I'm not following. So there's that. Reacher. Now, man, I don't know what Amazon. I feel like they got the same writers, because every show that they put out that stemmed from a movie has been fire. So like, your Alex Cross, I thought that was really good, even though those came from a movie. Hannah, that was a very good series. I was on Prime, came from a movie. Jack Ryan came from a movie, but a phenomenal series. And Reacher is just another one. And Reacher, what is his name? Alan Hitchson, I think it is. This dude is just big and
Never
jacked for
seen
no
a Reacher
reason.
ever.
Never seen a Reacher? Okay, so who played Reacher in the movies? I want to say it was Tom Cruise.
I thought it was. I thought
Yeah,
that
it was
was
Tom
it.
Cruise. I mean, those movies are cool, but these three, like, now I'm in the 3rd season of Reacher, and the good part about this is, like, you can watch season 3 and it really has no ties to like the previous seasons. It's just a whole new adventure, kind of like, and that's kind of how the Jack Ryan series went as well. So
Okay.
he's just an ex-army dude that just moved from place to place. The only thing he take with him is his toothbrush. That's all my man need. A toothbrush and whatever
All
outfit he
right.
got on. And he just, man, you see this dude walking down the street, you would just walk to the other side because he just big and jacked for no damn reason. Like, man, I just feel like if you look at him wrong, like he just might hit you. And then the last show, so I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm like really watching, but the first episode came out this past Sunday, which is Suits LA. So I gravitated to Suits on my last deployment and absolutely loved this show. So when I found out they was coming out, and I binged the entire series to include the little spinoff that they did for Pearson. So that I thought that was pretty good. It was good, but it didn't have that Suits effect. So just watching the first episode from Suits, I like the chemistry. I like the actor, like the main guy. He was in man. I gotta start remembering these people's names. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. But I'm gonna tell you his name. He was in Arrow.
Arrow. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Arrow. Shit, what is
They
his
probably
damn
only
name?
know him by Arrow anyway.
I know, right? Yeah. Oh my god! Now I can't even see his damn name. Oh my god, that's gonna irk the hell out of me. Stephen Amell. So Stephen Amell, so he's a top lawyer. Like he started in New York and now he's in LA. And the only thing that I'm just kind of missing, and I think you kind of hit on it earlier when you're talking about your show, just talking about the character development. And yeah, it's only one episode, but I feel like in the original series, like you knew what characters you was gonna love in that series. I mean, because you knew Mike Ross. I mean, my man can read a book and now he's a lawyer. Like that's just crazy. And then Harvey man, whoever his Taylor is, that never mind. Let me stop talking about him. Then Donna, and then Lewis Litt. Like though, I don't have those types of characters yet, and I just hope that it's not like 5 episodes down the road before I get that. Now I do
I'm
know
about to
that
say
Harvey
you only in
Specter.
episode 1.
Yeah, but see, but in episode 1 of the original Suits, like you got introduced to all these characters and like you loved them like almost instantly. At least
It
I
took me a
did.
while. I'm only on it took me a minute. I'm on season 3 of that. I thought it was season 2, but I made it to season 3. I
You made it to
still
season
haven't went
3?
back
I'm gonna
though.
need you to finish that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. All right. So, I mean, it's just one episode in, but the first episode I did watch, I did like, and there are reports that Harvey Specter is reprising this role. I think it's going to be like a 3 episode stint. So there's that. So there's Suits. Man, we've covered a lot.
We
You know,
did.
and let's see what we got left. Well, you know what? We got the Oscars
We can
coming up this week,
yeah, we
but this
do have the
weekend rather.
Oscars. Yep. And we
So
kind of both we've been watching movies that were nominated for Best Picture.
yep.
Those movies are Wicked, The
Hmm.
Substance, Conclave. He watched Nickel Boys, and I watched The Brutalist. And it was like 2 more that we didn't watch.
So the movies that we did not watch Amelia Perez,
Mm,
Honora, A
mm.
Complete Unknown, I'm Still Here, and Dune.
Okay.
Because now they nominate like 10 movies. Like it used to be
Right.
like 5 or 6. And okay, cool, I'll watch those 5 or 6. And now it's 10. And based on what we watched, do you think it's fair to say that the Brutalist will probably win Best Picture?
I can't say because we didn't watch them all, but I can say I really look, the time intimidated me. It was 3 hours and 20 minutes with an intermission. But I can say I thoroughly enjoyed The Brutalist. I finished watching it and I didn't feel like I needed to know, well, what's gonna happen next. I
Hmm.
left, I left. I finished feeling fulfilled. Like, wow, this was a good movie. Like, The Brutalist actually means it's like a term for an architect, a simple form or minimalist form of architect. And that's
Okay.
basically what the movie was about. It's a fiction movie about Laszlo Toth who migrated over from Budapest
Okay.
from after the war. And he left his wife and his niece there. He came over to stay with his cousin in Pittsburgh or somewhere in Pennsylvania to start a new life.
Hmm.
Um his cousin kicked him out because he said that he was making advancements on his wife, but he really wasn't. And he left and I know I'm skipping some stuff. Before he got kicked out, they went to go meet with a guy to do this library for his dad to surprise his dad with this library.
Hmm.
And his dad came home, kicked them all out. I didn't ask for this, cussed him out. They went back. Then his cousin Attila accused him of making sexual advances at his wife. He had to move into a homeless shelter. This is years later. All of this happened between 1950 and 1965, I believe. Years later, the father came back because he loved his work because he kept getting rave reviews on the library.
Hmm.
Brought him back to build this complex center in honor of his late mother that embodies different parts like an auditorium, a church, um, a recreation center. Uh, so you basically go on, you find the relationship is building between this man, I can't remember his name, Van Buren, who is played by Jim Caviezel.
Damn,
Yeah,
look
Jim
at you.
Caviezel. Um, and they have this relationship, and you see it growing. And his wife eventually comes back, and they have a place to live. His wife has in a wheelchair from some disease she got after the war. And then the Van Buren man, his name was Harrison Van Buren. He uh he raped he raped Adam Brody's character, which was Laszlo Toth. And
Mm.
it just shows that the relationship between them, the peak and then the fall. It was really good. I'm losing my train of thought. I apologize. It was good. That's all I can say. It was super simple to understand, super easy to follow. It was a
Mm.
couple of subtitles in there, but overall, I I think it should win based off the other movies that we've saw. I
Yeah.
think it should win Best Picture. It was really, really good. Adam Brody always has these roles that he plays. I think he won for Best Picture in The Pianist back in 2003 also, which is the
Okay.
same vibe as this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, based on what you told me about it, I feel like it's a winner.
Mm.
The reason why I don't think that's Wicked would be a winner because it's a continuation. Like,
Yeah,
I feel
for
like if
sure.
that movie would have just ended, boom, I think without a question. But I was having this conversation with Joe about that. I was like, well, because we're getting another movie this year, I just don't see a scenario that the Academy will allow that to win. Based off of that. Nickel Boys, I did watch that. Basically about a kid who really smart. He just ended up being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he gets sent to
Oh.
like this reformatory school, and where there's just a lot of. It gave me vibes of. You ever see the movie Sleepers from
Oh
'96?
my god.
It
I freaking
yeah
love that movie.
yeah. So. And that's a movie like if it come on TV, I
Okay.
will sit
I
down and
gotta
watch it.
watch
But
it
anyway,
now. I
but
gotta watch it.
it gives me like those types of vibes, but it's also a movie that takes place back in the day down in the South, and they separated the whites and the blacks. Like even though it was a reform school, still the bad white boys got treated, you know, better. I mean, just the
Yeah.
only way to put it. But the way they filmed this movie, they kind of filmed it in like a first person type deal. Um, and I mean, it just got to a point where like homeboy just had enough, and they ended up breaking out. And his partner, like his boy that was on the inside with him, um, they decide to break out. The main dude gets killed, but one dude gets away. I mean, they killed him, them trying to escape the
Right.
reform school. But he took on his identity and basically lived his life the way that um homeboy, I guess he kind of talked about. It was it was definitely different. I mean, I think I was impressed with how they filmed it. That's what kind of grabbed me. So there's that. Let's
I think I'm gonna
see.
watch that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a bad watch at all. So the substance, Demi Moore, while I think she played a very good, she played her, her she played the hell out of this role. She did really
She
well.
did.
Even the girl, the shit. Here we go. Not knowing. I know
Andrea
Demi.
McDowell's daughter.
Yeah.
You talking about
So
Andrea McDowell's daughter, Margaret Qualley, the baby Demi?
yeah,
Margaret
baby Demi.
Qualley.
There you go. That
Andrea McDowell's daughter.
I should have led with baby Demi. I should have said
Yeah.
that. But so I think this movie had everything that you wanted until it got to the end. And when it got to the end, it got weird. It was like, man, I can't. Oh, I can't say this, but you probably know where I want to go with this. Like, it was getting so good, and you like, oh my god, and then what?
Yeah,
And
that what was the epilogue?
yeah,
I think it was
yeah,
the epilogue part. That was it could have done without that. I think that's what you're talking about.
at the end where she ended up basically
You can talk
mutating.
about it. Yeah,
Well,
into that
yeah,
monster thing.
yeah, like it, I didn't need that. That's just like
Yeah,
Suicide Squad. Like
yeah,
it had everything until it did the whole Ghostbuster thing, and then I'm like, what the fuck is
yeah.
this? So, uh, yeah, the substance had everything going until they went that direction.
Yeah, I
Totally,
agree with you 100%. Like they had it separated into different parts.
yeah,
And that I think that was the epilogue part where she accepted some award and she turned into a complete monster. Like y'all could have just stopped
yeah.
right there. And that we didn't need
But
that.
greed to get you every time. I mean, she
Yeah.
7 days just was so the way it worked. You're supposed to spend 7 days asleep and then 7 days awake, kind of like deal, so
Mhm.
that the you
The
can
substance can work.
the substance can get its recharge
Yeah.
and do what she's
Yeah.
supposed to do. But then the substance shit, she living life. So, but then it ended up mutating, Demi, and then yeah, they just like I said,
They messed that
everything
part up.
they messed that up. Then what's next? Conclave. So
Woo.
wasn't expecting that one.
We was
So
not expecting that ending.
so why this wasn't I don't think it was a bad watch. It was about, what is it, the Catholic Church, the Pope dies, so now
Mhm.
they need to vote in a new Pope, but they're finding dirt on the people,
Everybody.
on everybody. It's just like, ooh.
Yeah.
And so it really put a perspective, because them dudes ain't saints at all. They
No way.
but
No.
but the ending, when they finally do pick a pope and they pick the person that they feel is genuine, is good, and all of that fun stuff, only to find out that he got woman parts, and they like, what? Now,
Hey.
look, I ain't knocking nobody, but I can tell you now, the real Roman Catholic Church ain't going for that. It ain't
Nope.
nah. He out of here. Like, they will find a way, because I mean, I feel like the Pope is probably the most popular. Is about like up there with the president, like as far as popularity,
In the
or like,
well, as far as religion in the Roman Catholic uh church, yeah, it is.
it's like he's
Yeah.
like that dude.
Yeah.
But
That dude,
so
that starred your boy from the Menu.
yeah, from the Menu,
Ralph
yeah.
Fiennes. Yeah.
Hmm. Man, I still think about that burger that he made, because that burger looked so damn good. And I promise you, just the joy that he had in making this burger, just the way that Miss Taylor was able to flip that on him, that was just epic. But we did miss 5 movies that we didn't watch. So I'm still here. I have no interest in watching that at all. Dune,
Yep.
I don't even know why I didn't watch it. I mean, I watched the first one. I just didn't get around to this one. The Complete Unknown, Bob Dylan. I mean, Timothy Chalamet, he probably might win Best Actor. I don't know. I would like it, for it to go to our guy, Colin Domingo, but
Did you watch Sing Sing?
I did not watch it. But I
Okay.
mean, I know he's a phenomenal actor, and he
Yeah, he
did
is.
amazing in Rustin last year. But that
Yeah.
movie just came out the wrong year. I
Yeah.
mean, I just felt like Oppenheimer, like everything about that movie was great. If that movie would have came out like the year before, then I think he wins last year easily, like
Okay.
without question.
I didn't watch
So
Rustin, but
it
I
was
do
good.
like Coleman Domingo.
Yeah, it was. Damn, I called him. You said call him. I called him Colin. I got his
Mhm.
initials right. I got his
Yes, you
initials
did.
right. So that's our
So,
Oscars. What's up? What you got?
yeah. Upcoming movies and TV shows. We got Daredevil March 4th. I'm so excited for that. I love me some Vincent D'Orfano.
Mm,
Ever since Law and
phenomenal.
Order. Ever since Full Metal Jacket, for real.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
great underrated actor that has so much range.
He does not get enough credit for
No.
how great he is. And I mean, to
Mhm.
your point, well, what's Law and Order? That was Criminal Intent, right?
Yes, Criminal Intent. Yeah.
Man, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Like,
But was it Full Metal Jacket he was in?
he
Have
was
you
in,
ever
yeah,
seen
Full
Full
Metal
Metal
Jacket.
Jacket?
Man, come
That's a
on now.
phenomenal movie. I
Come
know.
on now.
Yeah. We got Novocaine. It's another Jack Quaid movie. Dennis Quaid
Yes.
and Meg
Mm-hmm.
Ryan's son that comes out
Yep.
March 14th. We got Opus with Ayo Ida. I know I'm gonna say her real name. The girl from The Bear, the black chick from The Bear, Ayo Ida Berry, and what's that man's name? It
Oh,
began with an
John
M.
Malkovich. Yeah.
John Malkovich. Yep.
Yeah.
That's like a thriller. It looked pretty decent. We
It
got
says
Snow
horror
White coming up.
musical.
I don't think it's a musical. Well, yes, because it's like he's an artist. John Malkovich is like a recording artist.
Okay.
And have you seen the trailer for that? I thought I sent it to
No,
you.
I think I'm gonna have to look at it.
It gave me Blink Twice vibes.
Okay.
That's what it gave me.
All right. I'm gonna have to take
Then
a
we
look at
got
that.
Snow White. It's another
Mhm.
fun filler. I probably won't go see it, but
No.
it stars Wonder Woman as the wicked, the woman in the mirror.
Yeah.
What's her name? What's the woman in the mirror's name? Mirror, mirror on the wall, lady. Gail Gadot
Yeah, Gail
and
Gadot.
Rachel Ziegler as
Yep.
Snow
Yep.
White. We also have a working man with Jason Statham. I just sent you the trailer for that today.
Yeah.
I love a good
So
Jason Statham movie.
you know what? He be coming out with some movies like, and they be good. Like Beekeeper, I
They
didn't
do.
think Beekeeper, and I think because of that, like I'm gonna go see this. Like
Yeah.
I'm making a point to go see this because I really enjoy Beekeeper. Like I felt
I
like that
did
movie was a
too.
sleeper, and I feel like this movie has the same. It has the potential to do the same thing.
Yeah. And I think I just posted on our Instagram page. Beekeeper 2 is in production
And production,
at
yep.
the moment. Yep.
All right.
Then we have McVeigh that
Excited.
yeah, it follows the Oklahoma City bombing with our
Mhm.
guy Theon Greyjoy
Great joy.
from Game of Thrones.
Well,
Alfie Allen
no,
is his real
he
name,
got
by the way.
no. His name got changed to Reek.
Oh gosh.
Reek. What is your name? Theon Greyjoy. No. What is your name? Reek.
Well, Reek stars as Timothy McVeigh in this
Yeah.
non-fictional thriller.
I think
Comes out
I'm
March
really
21st.
yeah. I'm really excited about this one because I mean not excited because of what happened was terrible, but
Yeah.
we were kids like when this happened. Like I remember seeing like this on the news. So for them
Yes.
to kind of adapt this to like the big screen, to kind of give us like
Yeah.
the ins and outs of, what all went into that. I mean, it's just kind of, it's intriguing. I mean, and to think that
Yeah.
that's 30 years ago. My goodness.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
getting old. I'm getting
Yeah,
old.
I was in 5th grade. I remember them bringing out
Hmm.
the TV
Yeah, the
in
rolling
history
TV.
class, and yeah, we
You
had to
thought you was
actually
watching a
watch.
movie. Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
we
put
had
on
to
the
watch the live
news.
updates of what was going on.
Yep.
That was scary. I didn't know nothing else besides that, so
No.
it's gonna be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Also, we gonna okay. It was a lot of y'all that reached out and said y'all haven't watched The Wire either, so we're gonna
Oh
put up a challenge
yeah.
for y'all.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Y'all join us in watching The Wire. We're
Yes.
gonna watch all of season 1, and we'll be done by the end of March.
Yep.
So get ready. We're gonna watch a season a month.
A season a month. I mean, and if it's really good, I don't know. Like
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to figure something out if it's really good. But for all of y'all who said y'all haven't seen it either, we invite y'all to join us on this journey. Shoot us questions or things you want us to mention or theories. We'll shout you out. We'll say them on here. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the hype is about. It better be as good as all y'all saying it is.
Man, I swear, like, cause my sister Sunny, like, she don't even watch TV at all. So for her to
Mhm.
be at my neck about this movie, I mean, or not about this movie, but about this TV show. Yeah, March is going down. I think my other
Yeah.
sister, Samantha, your name, saying y'all shit his name,
Hey, name
uh,
twin.
name twin, right? We're she's gonna join us too. So I told her like we're gonna start in March and yeah, season 1,
Yeah.
a
So
season a
don't
month.
make me call y'all out. I know who y'all cousin DeCorey Hale, a season a month. Nicole Billups, a season a month. Anisha Bailey, a season a month. Let's get to it.
It's only 13 episodes. I mean,
Yeah.
that's simple. That's easy. You can do that in, well, I ain't gonna, I mean, I could do it in a day, but I don't have that type of time. But
Nah.
all right. Well,
Well, guys.
this was a
Hey.
lot. I mean, this was a lot, but I really enjoyed this. Definitely look forward to doing
Yeah.
more. You can look at our podcast on YouTube. We're on Spotify and we're also on Apple. So, man, definitely check us out. And for everybody who has reached out again, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yep.
Special shout out again to our super producer, JB. Bro.
Yo.
Appreciate it. Taurus Media.
It's Taurus Media now.
Taurus Media now. Correction. With
So,
respect.
Yes. You guys, the name is Film Geeks 83_podcast on all three platforms that he named. Film Geeks 83_podcast. Thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Peace.